as if um, they might be acting in a way, or you might be feeling as though they're acting in a way in which they are showing up in this level of devotion and unconditional love in order to kind of pay their debt almost. Like, I know that sounds so weird to say it like that, and that's not how relationships are meant to be, but it feels like this is kind of like a duty. And with mentor here, it feels like this person is showing up in the sense of they're kind of guiding this connection along right now. And then with the Knight of Cups and then the Six of Cups being reversed, I don't know, like this. So the Six of Cups upright is all about people from your past returning, and um, it's about apologies and forgiveness and starting fresh. And it's one of my favorite cards, and it came out reversed. And what this is indicating to me is that they while they're trying to show up in this connection in a way that is emotionally fulfilling for the both of you and is loving, at the same time, there could potentially be resentment here um, that they are carrying with them in this energy of the Knight of Cups. While they're coming forward with emotional offers and with charm, if you will, at the same time, there is resentment in it that you are picking up on, or that you are, for whatever reason, feeling like there is. And that's why I was saying that it kind of feels like um, perhaps this isn't actually how they're showing up. Perhaps this is an insecurity of yours. But it also could be how they're showing up. It could absolutely be. And then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Moon. So I would say that um, this person is showing up in a way in which it seems as though they want to make an effort. And the effort that they want to make is to make things right, to not be in a connection that is so murky. But with the Nine of Wands being the bottom of the deck energy, this is causing me to feel like this person isn't showing up in this connection as if it's easy for them. For whatever reason, like perhaps there's been arguments, perhaps there's been damage of some kind that this person is trying to mend. Um, Perhaps there's trust that's been broken on either end. Whatever this is, it feels like this person is extending themselves currently. Um, and it appears to you as though they're doing this with a little bit of resentment or a little bit of annoyance or a little bit of heaviness. But it kind of feels like they're doing this, or they're making it appear like they're doing this. And what I mean by this is showing up in a devoted and loving way because it's the right thing to do. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for how they are showing up. Let's see how they actually feel. Okay, so if this was, honestly, I'm getting kind of the same energy as what they're showing. However, with this hunter here, I feel like whatever this stuck energy is, whatever this obligation is that's making them feel as though they are being stagnant or they have to be doing something in particular, um, they are resisting this at the moment. The hunter is a very masculine energy. It goes after what it is that they want. So I'm sensing that right now, what they're actually feeling is a strong desire for more. Um, I'm not. I think that will resonate with you. However, it is meant to. I think that this is split into two different groups right now. So there is the one group that I'm seeing in which this person, I think, wants more, um, perhaps outside of this connection, and there is another another group where this person wants more within this connection. And um, with the weight of truth here, and then the Three of Cups being the bottom of the deck energy, like I was saying here, where it feels like there is like some obligation to make things right or to lead this connection in a certain place, it does feel as though there could have been a third party energy involved here in the past. Especially when I look at weight of truth, like so this is them feeling the heaviness of whatever this truth means to you, whether or not that's the heaviness of them having to accept that they have betrayed you, or the heaviness of having to accept that you have let them down, um, or perhaps there's a heavy truth that I'm not mentioning. But what I think is interesting is that in this weight of truth, we have three circles here, just like in the Three of Cups, and this person crying also has three teardrops. So this is more third party energy. Um, and so if that is resonating with you, I would say that this is heavy on this person's mind, very much so. And if they are the one that betrayed you, with the Six of Wands here in Justice, I think that this is where I'm getting that energy of stuck from, where they're perhaps it's their ego. Oh my gosh, this is so I guess I'm gonna right now at this moment give a trigger warning, because I'm not, what I'm about to say, like, just wanted to roll off my tongue, um, and I feel it, um, and so I'm going to say it, but it might not be something that you want to hear. But it feels like with this Six of Wands, as though this person cares about, like, this is an ego-driven card, so this person cares about what others think. They care about their um, reputation. And because of this, they want to make things right. So if they were the one that betrayed you, I would say the intention right now that they are feeling is one in which they set things straight for the sake of their own ego. And that I don't think is for everybody here. And I think that, like, even though they're feeling this, they're also acknowledging that what they're doing isn't actually making their heart sing. It isn't actually the truth of what it is that they want. Um, I don't think that this person is being honest with themselves. If it's the other way around, if you betrayed them, I would say that this person, again, feels as though their pride is in the way, their reputation is something that is really important to them, and so they want to put things back into balance. But if they were really listening to their heart, I think what it would be telling them is that they have a desire for more. I think with this Knight of Cups and then what this feels like is, for one, a an ending of, they feel like how they have been showing up cannot be long lasting. And this Knight of Cups right now is layer energy, and we also see it here with the Six of Cups being reversed. Like, there's an element of like being closed off here to like a romantic offer, like to a genuineness in this emotion that's being displayed here in this. And with the Ace of Swords coming out right underneath the weight of truth, I think that what they're feeling is they feel clear-headed. They don't feel confused. They feel as though the air has been cleared if this is something that has just raised for you, this for you over them. And with Temperance and the Hierophant, this is more of like this energy of wanting to do the right thing. It's just I don't know. It doesn't feel like this person is very much in their heart space right now. Um, but I think that that's slowly shifting here with awakening. I think that whatever is going on currently with your person, there is. I wouldn't say there's deception. I think that everything that I'm talking about right now is something that you already know about. But I would say that there is an energy of them not actually listening to themselves. They are so out of touch with their higher self. And this connection and the choices that they are making right now are probably really letting them down. They could be letting you down, but it is eventually going to lead to this awakening. And with mystery and sweetness here, I think that they're confused. Like, I think they're really confused. The sweetness is giving me this energy of like genuine care, genuine affection. But I think that what this hunter is looking for is, and I don't think that they feel that right now currently. And that, energy is constantly changing. And just because right now there's not feeling it doesn't mean that that isn't something that is going to shift in the future. Um, but currently, I would say that they are so driven by their ego and what other people think and their image that they're not in touch with their heart space. And it's leading to confusion because even though their heart space is closed off, obviously it still exists. And obviously they can feel the calling to it. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get some channeled messages. Let's see. What would they like to say to you? What would pile one's person like to say to pile one? I remember every day. I hid who I really am from you. I think they're hiding who they really are from themselves. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Let's get one. This person is a person isn't listening. I'm gonna go ahead before we end this. I'm gonna go affirmation. What affirmations are there for pile one? What does pile one need to hear right now? Every cell in my body, and I trust that my intuition is always leading. This was a heavy one, and I'm sorry. I genuinely only ever want to be honest about what I'm seeing. Um, if this isn't resonating with you, that's okay. I am not the keeper of truth by any means. I'm a stranger, and there are other piles, and there could be a message in this pile for you. There could not be, and I think that the most important thing is that you listen to yourself because you know your situation. But I'm really rooting for you, pile one, and I'm wishing you all of the. And I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in a happier, lighter video soon. Hello, today what is it that they show for the oracle cards that you chose are going to these oracle cards are going to and then we're also going to get tarot for both sides. So let's go ahead and start with what it is that they are currently showing. So we have synchronicity, behave, and companion. And the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Wands. Okay, and then on the back of the deck, we have, okay, pile two. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I feel like this person currently is showing up. And I don't mean this in the sense of hermit energy, of stepping away from this connection. It seems more like they are retreating to themselves so that they might get with the devil here, as this person is looking at their shadow, is coming to a lot of that I think that you are kind of picking up on, especially here with synchronicity. This is showing essentially what I'm seeing with the companion here, and then this person might be waking. You guys might just be friends currently, or this might be a very service level type of connection. Maybe just like a friends with benefits type of thing. And I think that what they are showing you is that they're kind of waking up to the truth of this connection, to the depth of this connection, to the depth of themselves, to what it is. However, they're just now starting this journey of kind of waking up. And that's why I think the devil is here, is because right now this is still showing up. They're still showing up kind of like in a surface level type of way. Um, with the four of wands here and then the empress, um, yeah, this is giving me more like friends with benefits energy, but like where some boundaries may have been crossed. And what I mean by that is that um, rather than keeping it casual, um, this person might be testing boundaries to see how far they can go. Um, might be not, and I don't mean that in like a in a way in which they're trying to harm you or disrespect you in any way. It's more like they're just like testing the waters to see whether or not they can get away with uh, kind of like throwing out emotional bids or like bids of affection toward you, if they can make themselves comfortable in your home, or perhaps like show up and introduce themselves as, introduce themselves to your friends, something like that. Like there's just like this element of kind of settling into a comfort zone that goes beyond what was initial. And I'm seeing it here with this in the Queen of Swords too. I'm sensing like desire. There's like a perspective shift going on here, in which there is a desire to try to change um, the amount of effort that's being put in, or the depth of this connection. And then we have the Knight of Swords. This person is appearing as somebody who is um, very action oriented. There is movement happening within this person energetically that I think that you are picking up on. I would say that you probably feel like they have something that they want to say to you. Um, they have a new goal in mind with you. Um, yeah, I would say if that's not resonating with you, if this whole like surface level type of connection, or perhaps a connection that really hasn't gone on to the next level and it's been past due for that, if that's not resonating with you, I would say, because that's definitely what I'm feeling here. But let's go ahead and get into what it is that they actually feel. So that's what they're showing, or that's how you are perceiving, and this is how they actually feel. So we have gifts to the portal, slow, which is like so interesting because over here it's like fast, fast, fast with this Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Those are two of the fastest cards in tarot. And then we have growth, and we have the offering. some tarot. Okay, this one wanted lovers. How are they currently feeling? We have the how are they currently feeling? And we have the Eight of Wands reverse. And we have the deck. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing. Um, the offering is a card in which you realize something. And what I'm really picking up on is this need to let go of this idea of cups and the six. A lot of the times represents love, represents romance, represents. And for this to be, for both of these to be reversed, there's two messages. The first message is that friendship, like love that is purely just like friendly love. I know the word is like, friendly love is not what this person is desiring with you. And with the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups, I would say that what it is that they're feeling is a disconnect right now. They have a desire to be in union with you, and that is in union as lovers, not as partners, not as people who are casually dating. And what I think is interesting is we have the Eight of Wands here, which is upright and it's very fast moving in terms of what they're showing you. But then in terms of what they're feeling, we have go slow. And then we have the Eight of Wands again reversed. So I think that this person feels pretty confident in how they're feeling about you. And they are okay with taking things slow. They are okay with letting things progress naturally. And I also feel this level of confidence with this gifts to the portal. This to me is somebody who knows that this is, or at least is under the impression, they have a knowing that this connection is meant to be. This connection has more to offer than what is being laid out on the table now. And they know that if they perhaps play their cards right, or if they can just show you what it is that they have to offer, more gifts are going to come their way. Um, yeah, and then like with the Six of Cups being reversed, and then the Eight of Cups is all about walking away and seeking truth. And I think that what this is indicating is that they want to walk away from this type of like puppy love or like friendly love and into something deep, into something that feels more solid, more grown. Um, and here too, with this Ten of Pentacles, I feel like this is further confirmation of like solidifying something into a legacy. They really do feel as though this has the potential to go much further than perhaps any of their other. With growth here, there's this desire to make it work. And then we have the World as the bottom of, and I feel like if this person has been like a player or like a commitment phobe in the, what the World is signifying is this desire to try to close out that cycle in their life. Um, Also, the World is like a very divinely guided card. So this could also be signifying that they feel as though this connection was written in the stars. They feel as though this connection is meant to be. And I do see that with gifts to the portal as well. There's just a desire to kind of close out a cycle that this connection has been going through and into something different. And what I'm feeling is that they want to level this. Let's go ahead and okay, what is it that pile two wants to hear right now? What do they need to hear? Safe to ask for help. People want. When I lead from a place of love, people. All right, pile two. Well, this is what I am seeing. Actually, you know what? Let's get you some channeled messages. Ay, ay, ay. Your girl's a space case. Okay, we have. I'm not available. You were the. Okay. Mention you. Thinking about you. This over here is like kind of like the energy of what they've where this connection has been in the past or who they have been in the past. Um, and I think this is what's starting to shift. Like with this whole, I don't react when people mention you. Like I think that they're still trying to understand what this is. Like I was saying, like they're coming into an understanding of the depth of this connection. They're not there yet. And then for this to come out, this is further confirmation. I'm starting to understand. But the truth is, they can't stop thinking about you and they do want you. And you are the best. Okay, so now that we've done that, we are good to go. Thank you so, so much for watching. If it resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section. So yeah, hopefully I will have the chance to read for you in another video again soon. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So today we are asking what it is that they are showing. The oracle cards that you chose are showing what they are, and then use, and we'll also go ahead and get it and detect. What are they currently showing? Can have me 2 wands. Justice. I would say, so I guess the first thing that I want to point out is this Seven of Swords and Justice, because there's two different scenarios. Either this person has some major trust going around causing trust issues for other people. Um, this card right here is this person is showing up in a what they are showing you is a person who is hurting and for some of you potentially harming others in the process. Their hurt is spilling over. And this could be because they are now going about connections with others in a way in which they think of how others might feel based on their actions. There's like an inconsideracy here. Or they have such major trust issues, it's spilling over onto connections that don't deserve to have mistrust placed on them. Um, with Eros here, I would say that how this person is showing up is definitely in mutual way rather than an emotional way at the moment. Um, and with Detective here, this is further indication that either they are really in a place right now in which they are not trusting you, or they're in this shadow attribute of the detective in which they are falsifying information. And I think that you will know pretty clearly which one is for you. And if you're over here thinking this doesn't sound like my person, it's because this isn't your pile. This is coming out very strongly. I would say that with this Three of Cups here and then the Seven of Swords, if this person has trust issues, I would say that it's based on a betrayal of some kind from a past energy, or a past connection. It could be this connection, but I feel as though it's from a past connection. And because of this, they're really teetering on, like it feels like they have like one foot in the door. So on the one hand, we have the Three of Cups and the Two of Wands. And the three here it says community, but what I'm picking up on is like a playfulness. This can indicate partying or getting together with friends, or perhaps having like multiple lovers. And then on the other end of Ten of Pentacles, which is much more stable in terms of connections. It's much more focused on building a future together, starting a family, increasing finances, increasing it's intergenerational. So definitely being a family, laying down the foundations, is something is being weighed or being in the middle has balance. Person is showing up in a way in which they don't know what either it's because they are in a player energy themselves right now, or they've been played in the past and now they don't necessarily hurt again. And with the star here, I would say that they're probably more in an inactive type of energy right now, in which they tell you that they want certain things, but it's talk, 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 and there's not really any action happening right now. Um, with this card coming out reversed, the Two of Swords coming out reversed, this can indicate that they're recognizing that a decision does need to be made. I don't necessarily pick up on anything that would indicate that right now what they're showing you is they've made a decision, but I think that they're coming close to realizing that that does in fact. So if that has resonated with, let's go ahead and get. So we have hiding in between worlds. Let's also go ahead and how is pile 3? Now we have the 10 of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. Going, how are they currently? I love using multiple decks because then you really get to see energy shows up. So, like, okay, so and then on the so um the first thing that I would like to point out is this hiding card and how the person who is hiding is covering their face, crying in woe and in anxiety. And then we have the Nine of Swords, and the person in this image is doing the exact same thing. This person feels very worried and very concerned. I think has placed a lot more emphasis on this connection than perhaps they have shown. With ideation here, this is giving me the same energy as the star, in which they actually do have high hopes for this connection. And I think that they're worried that they're messing it up. With In Between Worlds, I would say that how you have seen them, how they have been showing up in terms of this balance, you need to come, balancing, trying to figure out which thing to do is honestly how they feel. I don't think that they're trying to. I don't think that they're intentionally trying to string you along. They just feel, but there's a strong desire here with ideation, and then and we also have the Ten of Cups and the King of Cups. This is emotional maturity. This person feels a of love for you that I don't necessarily think, especially with um and with the Sun here. I would say that, I mean, this is polar opposite energy to this card right here. I think that being around you feels healing to them, feels warm to them, feels like daytime. It doesn't feel like a dark. And the Sun is all about inner child healing, and then over here we have, and this is different than the orphan. The eternal child is somebody who is playful and who is lighthearted and who is healed and who knows that life is a playground and is willing to explore it. They feel like a child when they're with you, and they feel happy and they have fun when they're with you. And with intuition here, I would say that in terms of this connection, these trust issues. And I would say that if they have betrayed you in any sort of way, there is some serious regret for it. There is some serious fear that they are about to lose you, because um, they are understanding what it is. I don't think that they're quite out of this victim mentality yet for this Eight of Swords to show up, as well as with hiding and the Nine of Swords. They're working toward it, but they've definitely acknowledged a stronger level of feelings than what they have let on. And with the Ace of Pentacles here, what I think they're most worried about is missing an opportunity. They do not want to miss an opportunity with you. They're really trying to come out of this in order to um, ground this connection, in order to offer you a fresh start, or in order to offer you something that can be stable. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. It's time for me to heal now. Yes, I think they're totally ready with the Sun here and the eternal child. I love you unconditionally. Oh my God, so spent. I will wait for a sign from you, and the timing just wasn't right for us. Yeah, I think for those of you who feel as though this person has betrayed you, um, I think that they're acknowledging that that this was a mess up. Yeah, let me go ahead and get you guys an affirmation. Is it that pile for you? Compassion is my compass. I am willing to hold space for the experience. And one more. What else take away from this read? Uh, I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great, and let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. Okay, pile 3. Well, this is what I am seeing for you. If it resonated, I would love to hear about how it did or why in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another. Hello, pile 4. So today we are doing a reading on what they are showing versus how they are actually. So these cards here that you chose are going to represent what they're showing currently, and these cards are going to represent what they're feeling currently. And we're also going to go ahead and get in a tarot. Go ahead and start. In terms of what they are showing currently. So first off, we have the Eight of Wands. What are they currently showing? What are they currently showing? They have the Three of Cups. How's pile 4's person current that's showing up? What they show in pile 4? Okay, and we have the five. We have the Two of Swords. We have the tap. In terms of what this person, I would say one with this person is under a huge amount, or there's just something here that's kind of looming and that they are going to overcome. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The mountain itself is not a negative place or energy. It's just indicative of perhaps self mastery or having to really work toward an end goal. There could be a little bit of self inflation here, but I honestly don't see that, and I'm not feeling it, so I don't necessarily think that that's happening. However, I said it, so it might resonate with one of you. Um, but with the angel here, I would say that even though they're recognizing that they have their own goals in which they have to conquer, or perhaps their own challenges that they have to overcome, they're still in this angel energy of helping others around them. And for the Three of Cups and then the Six of Pentacles to come out right underneath this is further confirming what the light attribute. The Three of Cups represents community and friendship and coming together. Definitely, it's definitely representative of, and then this is representative. The key word here is generosity. It's representative of giving and taking. And what I'm sensing is that right now, this person of giving, when in fact I'm sensing with this, might not be thinking what it is depleting within them, whether or not that's emotional or monetary. Um, they're not putting themselves in an instance in which, out of self love, it might honestly be beneficial and necessary for them at the moment. Um, and then we have the Eight of Wands and the Two of Swords. It almost feels like they are focusing on other people or helping other people because they're recognizing that if they focus on themselves, they would actually have to start moving toward this mountain. Um, and based on the cards that I've pulled over here, I would say that there is probably um, some sort of financial struggle going on right now. And with destruction here and then the tower, this is, I mean, these two, and of course, finances doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, like it could be some sort of other, some sort of other aspect in life right now that holds value to them, which they feel as though they're drowning in and they feel as though they can't catch up or catch a break. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But right here with the tower and destruction, I would say that right now they're showing up in an instance of distress. Destruction also talks about impermanence. So I'm feeling like they might be trying to practice impermanence right now. However, what's really actually needed is action rather than acceptance at this moment. Um, but I think they feel over, or they're showing up as. But let's go ahead and look over here at how they're actually feeling. So we have your dreams are closer than you think. Love, finances, financial challenges are affecting this, and the empty. And with this Three of Cups and then the Six of Pentacles along with the Angel, I also am picking up on them perhaps overworking themselves, um, giving more of themselves to their job currently or to other responsibilities currently. Um, but yeah, that'll you'll know if that's, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's how they're showing up for sure. Okay, so how they're feeling, we have the Two of Cups. How are they? Ace of Cups. I love it when this happens. The imagery comes out so beautifully. With this dreams are closer than you think, we have a cup overflowing with a hand reaching for it. And then right here, we have a hand holding a cup that is overflowing. And that's why I love using multiple decks, because you can't make this shit up. Okay, and then let's see, up Six of Pentacles again. We have the Magician. All right, very interesting. Obviously, in terms of how they are feeling about you, I would say that this is very positive. We have the Two of Cups here, and we also have love. I think that that's pretty self-explanatory in terms of how they're feeling about you. There's a depth. They truly do love you, and they view you as their partner. They view you as their companion. They view you as their lover. They love you. With the empty room here is signifying to me that they are really feeling endless potential in this. The level of love in which they feel knows no bounds. With the Six of Pentacles here again, I would say that for a lot of you, finances really is something um, that is kind of over. It's affecting this connection. And you know what? I just realized I never even talked about this in the Knight of Wands, but like the Five of Pentacles here, the key word is need. Um, there's like a need and then adventure right underneath it, the Knight of Wands. I feel like they might be showing up in a sense in which they seem irresponsible, overworking themselves or giving to others when they shouldn't. But there's also a level of irresponsibility. But okay, let's get back to this. So with the Six of Pentacles, I do think that this is, further representation of financial struggles in some type of way. I think that um, this is indicating a desire to be able to give to you, to be able to show up for you and treat you like the king or the queen that they see you as. I think that with this King of Pentacles here and the Magician, there is a strong desire on their end to be able to offer you something stable. It's something that they are currently manifesting for themselves. And with your dreams are closer than you think, I think what their dream is honestly you, but a connection in which they dream of you, they want you, but they also want to be able to show up for you in the way in which you deserve. And so currently they are manifesting um, everything it is that they need in order to show up as this King of Pentacles. Again, a pentacle, representative of the material world. We also have the Ace of Cups here and Death. And it's interesting because these are polar opposites. Essentially, we have Death, which is an ending, and we have the Ace of Cups, which is a beginning. And honestly, what I'm sensing the most from this is like a level of eternalness to this. They don't want this to end. And not only that, but they feel like this connection has gone on far longer than what either one of you. But I mean, the Ace of Cups here is just another cup of love. It's another. And then we have and the Hermit is giving me the same energy as I feel like they see a lot of potential in this connection. However, they also realize that they themselves are somewhat empty currently, and I don't mean I mean more so in terms of the material world or in terms of what their ego is telling them. There's an element of needing to retreat in order to fill this empty room up or fill their ego up or fill their soul up in a way in which eventually they can show up in a much more. And that's coming from them, not. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. What do you want to say, Pile Thor? I wish I could share my good news with you. It almost feels like this is like manifesting energy. Like they are really wanting to, they're in a state of acknowledging that they already have what it is that they take it how it resonates. I know I was a distraction from your pain. If you, for a lot of these, cards oftentimes they're resonating for you. Just to me, what I would think, I know I know I said I feel like lying to you. Okay, I left before you could leave me, and I want to. Okay, and then finally, let's go ahead and some affirmations for you. Okay, there's no such thing as a mistake. Everything happens in divine order. I am being guided to learn and grow. And my genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. All right, pile four. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you. If this resonated, I would love to know about how it did or why in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will have the chance to read for you again in another pile five. So today we are going to be showing versus pile right here currently showing up or what they are showing currently to you. The cards on the right are going to represent how they're currently feeling, and we'll also go ahead and get into before we start. Let's go ahead and in terms of what they are showing, we have murder, currently showing pentacles, 5. The first thing I would say right off the bat is that the person that you are inquiring about is showing up in a very cold way, or like my way or the highway type of thing. But really, what I'm getting most is a hostility. Especially with the mirror here, I would say that they could potentially be projecting their fears onto you, wounds that need healing on. Um, and with Revel here, I would say that they're showing up more in the shadow attributes of some rebels out of rather than in their um yeah, I would say that this person is pushing you away is how they're showing up. And with death here and then the magician, I would say that this is something that seems a little bit manipulative, um, and also egotistical, uh, something that they think is going to benefit them. But like I feel very strongly with the cards that I'm seeing here that this everything that is showing up here is coming from a place in a place of wounding. And just because someone is wounded or just because somebody is acting out of fear does not mean that it's okay to disrespect another person or to harm another person. And so I want to make that very clear that that is not something that I am talking about. I'm not even going to go there. What I am talking about is somebody who is pushing away intimacy and is being a little bit manipulative currently. And while it's a good thing to be able to understand where other people are coming from, it doesn't mean that we have to allow disrespect. So I just want to make that very clear. But with the Eight of Cups here, and the keyword being walk away, definitely removing themselves or pushing you away or really in a runner mode right now. And then with the Page of Pentacles and Strength, I mean, this is conflicting energy to everything else here. It's like they might even be showing up in a way right now in which they are trying to, like, I'm feeling confusion. They want to work on themselves, but also a lot needs to be done. A lot needs to, based on what I'm. And with the mirror here, this could also be if it's not them projecting their own insecurities or their own shortcomings onto you. This is indicative of recognizing that their behavior is um, perhaps harming themselves or hurting themselves as well as hurting you. And because of this, it's causing them to look in the mirror. And what they're seeing is a need to really work on themselves here with this Page of Pentacles in terms of compassion, in terms of showing themselves compassion, as well as showing others compassion. Anger and fear and other icky feelings are all very normal and very human. And we can feel those feelings without harming others or ourselves. And I think that this is what this compassion is indicating, is a recognition on their end that how they are going about things right now is not necessarily the healthiest or the most beneficial to anyone. And this is showing up for how they are, what they are showing you. So I'm sensing that there is communication here. It's just kind of confusing. Let's go ahead and look at also what it is. So we have cosmic exploration or tenderness. Unhealed wounds are blocking full. So say that while this person is showing you the energy of somebody who perhaps wants distance, is emotionally unavailable, what they really want is this shared tenderness. What they really want is love and to be seen. And they're acknowledging here with obstacles that they are making this a whole lot harder. It's like they are the obstacle to everything it is that they. And another thing that I'm getting with the king here is the same energy as this magician. I sense that they have not quite grasped the concept of love requiring yourself to let go of control, of genuine love, of allowing others to truly see you requires an amount of vulnerability in which you cannot be this king. You cannot be in control all the time. And they're still clinging to that. They're still needing that. Um, Intuitively, they are recognizing that how they are going about this is not okay. Um, they want they want they want to be able to trust with this patience here and with everything here is acknowledging that their inability to trust in the universe working for them, in life working for them, in their own decisions, in love. There's just such mistrust here, and they're recognizing that it's on them. And quite frankly, it might be too late for this connection, just based on this ugly energy that I'm seeing here. It might, and I don't mean to place judgment on your person. Um, Perhaps a better word would be this heavy energy. It might be too late based on this heavy energy, but there is revelation here for this person in terms of what they're feeling. I think that they are emotionally aware with this mirror here. I think that they're recognizing their own faults. How are they feeling? Hey, we have the Empress, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups. And then on the back of the deck, we have the this person is very disappointed. Um, okay, so I think that this person sees you as this. These two cards give me a lot of the same energy. The Empress is a divinely feminine. It's very fertile. It definitely is. She definitely has a lot, and she's a mother. She's a caregiver. And then over here we have the Queen of Cups, which is another divinely feminine card in which this queen is connected to her intuition, connected to. She's very emotional. And I think that this is how they are viewing you. And then when you look down here, you see somebody who is completely, both of in this card, it's indicating that unable to see. And then in this card, this person, rather than the, and I think with this tower here and with the Nine of Wands, is feeling a huge wake up call for how they have the nonsense that they, and they almost feel defeated, but they're recognizing that the only person that is going to come save them is themselves. So they better find some resiliency and get up and start working. And with the Nine of Cups being the bottom of the deck energy, I would say that what they truly want is not in alignment with what they want is emotional fulfillment. What they want is a wish come true in which there is love and intimate. However, they're not in alignment. So this one was heavy. Every pile today was. And I just want to be very clear that when I am talking about how up in terms of how they're feeling, it's never me justifying poor behavior. All it is expressing what I see in terms of how, and you know your situation best. You know what the healthy thing to do, and that's not something that I am going to think is my responsibility or my business to share with you, because you know your situation much. Let's go ahead and get, what do they want to, my fault, but I, it's that projection that I was picking up on. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. You want to feel you even though we are apart. Go ahead and get, the affirmation is there for guidance is available to me now. I know that angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not. All right, pile 5. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you. If this resonated, I'm every time I do read. But anyway, if this resonated with you, I would love to know about how it did in the comment section. Yeah, thank you so much for watching Pile 5, and hopefully I will have the chance to read for you in another video, perhaps a happier video, soon. Bye.